Welcome, Red Cape Nation, to Istation's product release showcase. I'm Karen Ingram, a national educational consultant with Istation and also your host for today's events. We're going to kick off today's showcase by looking at a video of some of the features from our website. Take it away.
There's a lot of information to present and report on the Report and Management portal. It is an ongoing effort to make our site easier to use and help educate our customers on areas across the site they may not be familiar with or even know about. To help our customers get started with Istation and provide immediate data that is easy to read and customized, we introduced Istation cards the beginning of this year. When you click on a card, you will see either a group of cards, like our card for getting started, or a single link to learn something new. At this point, you can say, "Got it," or view more options to dismiss the card if you are already familiar with that topic. Cards are customized. Log in frequently to check for new cards and information. All cards are saved on Istation boards. Istation boards are an archive of all cards. Boards are grouped by topic, as well as cards you have marked as a favorite. One of our boards is called My Library, and it is where you can build a group of resources that you want to save or return to frequently. To save a resource to your library, go to the resource and choose Add to Library. Not only can you get to your library from Istation boards, but there is also a link from Teacher Resources to view resources in My Library. From a resource, you can both add to your library as well as remove from your library. It's also a great place to go visit your library. Another exciting new feature for this year is the ability to manage setting student goals from the Teacher's Classroom page. To get to this page, go to Goals off the left navigation on the Classroom page. From there, you can select a student. From the Student Goals page, you can edit a student's goals and use the Goal Assistant. The Goals Assistant can aid you in setting student goals. Goals can then be reviewed monthly as their ISIP assessment is completed. The web team will continue to add more functionality to our goals feature as we get input from customers, specifically our beta win team. In addition to adding new features to the Istation reporting and management portal, we can also be counted on to stay up to date as product additions are made in reading, Spanish, and math. For example, with the new middle school reading product, we expanded the progress report. And new priority alerts are added when new curriculum is released.
I have with me today members of the web team. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Would you please introduce yourselves to the audience?
I'm Zachary Terry. I'm the principal engineer on the web team.
Hi, I'm David Gerard. I'm the senior software engineer on the web team.
Hi, my name is Christopher Corns, and I'm a software engineer on the web team.
Okay, great. Tell the audience about the platforms that the Istation website works on.
The reporting website is available on any device that has a browser. So whether it is a phone or a tablet or a desktop, if it's come out within the last 10 years, you can use a reporting site.
Now, I know you all stay pretty busy, and I bet you have a long laundry list of items that you have to work on. So how do you decide which items to work on each month?
Yeah, that's a great question. We actually consider a few things when we determine what we're going to work on in the website. First off, what we hear from our customers, the teachers and school administrators. Secondly, we're constantly developing new enhancements to improve the tool set and the user experience just to help the teacher's life in the classroom be easier. Lastly, we're constantly updating the technology on our website to keep it both modern when it's look and feel.
Okay, great. Now tell our listeners the best way to provide feedback in regards to the reports and the management portal?
There's actually a variety of ways to provide feedback. So one of the ways that you can do is you can contact support, and you can always ask for any kind of questions or clarification, even request features. You can talk to any customer-facing teams, whether it be your trainers or someone from the sales team. And then we also have a way to provide direct feedback to us, the web developers, and that's through our Beta Win program that you saw in the video. You can access that through istation.com/beta, and that gives you a chance to give feedback and share your ideas on features as we're developing them before they go live to everyone else.
Wow. Those are some great features, right, everybody? Thank you so much for being with us today. Let's hear it for the web team. So next, I know you really enjoyed that, but next we're going to hear from that calculating crew, the math team. But first, let's look at some content in the math product. Well, sitting here with me now are members of the math team. Hi, how y'all doing?
Hi, good.
Could you all please introduce yourselves to the audience?
Sure. I'm Stephanie Noland. I'm the math curriculum manager.
And I'm Kelly Prunty, and I'm the math curriculum team lead for grades 2 through 8.
Well, that video was really exciting. So tell the audience about the new instructional math content.
Sure. Well, since about May of this year, we've released quite a bit in Istation Math. It's about 8 hours of new content that we've added, but that'll vary a little bit depending on students' pacing and their needs. In grades pre-K through 5, we've released content in algebra, operations, measurement, time, geometry, data, and number sense, so quite a few domains. And to account for all of that added content, we've also updated our usage recommendations on the website. In addition to that, in early math, Donnie and the decimals are also, we've incorporated roadside attractions on the map where they travel, which is really fun. And we've added some new songs for Chicago and New York City.
Great, great. And how will this new content affect our users as far as completing the curriculum in the math program?
I'll take that. At this point in the school year, our most complete user information comes from the 2016-2017 academic year. So we consider what we know from there, plus the new content that Kelly has just mentioned, and we feel like our anticipated percent of users who might complete their curriculum is going to be in the low single digits, which is exciting. But of course, those users will also move directly into iPractice, where they can revisit favorite lessons. They can come back to lessons that they may still need a little practice on, and of course, they could also select content that wasn't in their original instructional path.
Okay, so along that line, how does the new content reflect the overall growth of the math program?
We are excited to see our math presence expand on Istation.com. One of the things that's new with the October release is that teachers can now access the correlations between Istation Math to Common Core State Standards and also to the TEKS, Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills. We know that more states want that, so we have more of those coming also. On the Interactive Users Guide, teachers can take a look at unit descriptions for both Math Superstars, Pre-K to 1, and Secret Equation Man 2 through 5, and those unit descriptions are organized by domain, like Kelly was just talking about, algebra or operations or number sense, things like that. And then, of course, math is really excited to join Spanish and to join reading in the parent portal. That as of October, we now have a parent portal page for Istation Math where parents can access their children's student reports. We also have links to Kelly's parent video series, Counting on Math. And then we have a glossary of math terms for homework helpers who might be a little rusty in what their child is expected to do. With more to come in the future. We're going to continue to add on. You can count on us for that.
Wow. Okay, so I really want to know about my favorite characters, the villains.
Yes.
What kind of shenanigans are they going to be up to in this new part?
Yeah, I think those are everybody's favorite. We have some more recent additions to the villains. We have Spider Queen and we have the Mathemagician. Spider Queen loves to spin webs and trap all kinds of things all around the world in her webs, and the Mathemagician plays all kinds of tricks, and so the students need to use their math skills across all of those domains that I mentioned earlier in all grade levels to defeat them. We also have our familiar villains, Pie Face, Mismatch, Mr. X, that are in all the grade levels as well. So they're not necessarily specific to a domain or a grade level, so you have to keep your secret agent skills sharp to watch out for them.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. That's our information, and that's our new content for math. Let's hear it for the math team. So far, we've looked at features from the web, and we've also heard about our new math content. Next up, we're going to get to talk to members of the Spanish writing team. But before we do, let's watch a video.
Hola, me llamo Alanza Eugenia Gutiérrez del Castillo. Estoy en nada más y nada menos que la ciudad de Nueva York. ¿Cómo ha cambiado mi perspectiva de la ciudad? Es más espectacular de lo que imaginaba. Socorro, ¿en qué parte de Nueva York estoy?
Mira hacia arriba, Alanza. No, hacia los letreros con el nombre de las calles.
¿Estamos en la esquina de la 7ª Avenida y Broadway? ¡Wow! ¡Estamos en Times Square! Este lugar representa perfectamente la época moderna. Socorro, ¿qué géneros vamos a estudiar?
Aquí aprenderás sobre poesías, textos persuasivos, ficción realista y discursos. Hoy verás poesías y textos persuasivos.
¡Qué emocionante! Oh, es mi amiga Sophie.
Hola, Lanza.
Hola, Sophie.
¿Qué te parece Nueva York?
Me fascina. Aquí aprenderé sobre poesías y textos persuasivos, aunque no sé por dónde comenzar.
Tengo una idea.
Aquí con nosotros hay algunos amigos o miembros del equipo que escribe que escribe la instrucción en español. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Please tell the audience who you are.
Hola, me llamo Liliana Suero. My name is Liliana Suero, and I think Karen was a great example of how great it is to be bilingual. I'm the manager of the Spanish curriculum.
And I'm George Mendez. I'm one of the Spanish writers.
Thank you so much for being here today. So with all the new content that's being added for 4th and 5th graders, could you tell us the total number of instructional hours?
Well, the hours of instruction really depends on the student. We have up to 2 hours of instructional content per grade level per release, which translates to 4 passages per grade level per release. So by July 2018, we're going to have 48 authentic original passages, and that's not even counting our reteaches, which raises that number to 54. Wow. So getting back to your question, the amount of hours depends on the student. So if they're reading four passages in one unit, then that'll be a different time if they're reading 5, and there's always variables within that as well. Plus, we have the I Practice Español, which is countless hours of instruction, and that's in an open, non-linear format that really accentuates student agency.
I love the title of the release, World of Genres. So could you just expound on the learning goals for the Spanish World of Genres?
Well, genres is our bread and butter. We're exposing students to critical reading skills as they relate to genres. We're teaching the basic characteristics of fiction and nonfiction pieces, which they are then comparing. Also, they are able to use a tips tool that we develop for them, and text evidence strategies and note-taking skills are also modeled. They also have access to a digital dictionary, which allows them to increase their vocabulary in an array of different disciplines, from science to social studies.
Wow. Now, one of my favorite characters is Alanza. So tell the audience all about Alanza and explain what makes her relatable to 4th and 5th graders.
Well, Karen, Alanza she's a tourist in New York City, and she's exploring the city with her phone. Socorro, that means help in Spanish. And just like our students, she uses technology, depends a lot on technology on her everyday life. And our message to the students is you can use technology with moderation. Let's use it as a tool, but make sure that you also use your own knowledge.
Okay, great. And exactly which genres are being addressed?
We're going to have about 12 genres by the end of July 2018 that have been released in Istation Español. With this release, we have 4 new genres: poetry, persuasive text, realistic fiction, and speech. Now, keep in mind that the poetry and the persuasive text have the online lessons to go along with. The speech and the realistic fiction will come, the lessons will come in July 2018. Now, what's wonderful about all this content is that students can unveil the different features and characteristics of the genres at their own pace.
That is so awesome. So we want to thank you for being here with us today. Let's hear it for the Spanish team. I know that you have really enjoyed all of the content that you've heard about so far. Now, hold on to your seats. Can I have a drum roll, please? Thank you so much, because now we're about to enter the virtual world of Timeless Tales 2.0 Next Level. Take it away.
The guiding principle behind the design of Timeless Tales 2.0 is that better user experience leads to better learning. We gave students opportunities for exploration, interaction, and manipulation within the learning environment. We gave students agency through choices that come with visible, authentic outcomes to create real, lasting learning. We gave students the ability to forge their own path through branching narratives that impact the story in a meaningful way. We gave students access to content on demand so that they can learn more about what interests them. We gave students immediate feedback and the chance to try again.
Let's reset and think this through together.
We even made spelling cool.
Spell, antagonize.
Research shows that what matters most is motivation.
You found the portal. The gateway to the virtual world. Now if we can just find a way to open it, we'll be able to fix all this data corruption.
choice, and immersive narratives and environments. Our mission is to embed learning so smoothly in the game narrative that students want to play. Because when students are motivated to play the game, they're motivated to learn the content. Timeless Tales 2.0, the next level in educational gaming.
That looks really exciting, doesn't it? Well, guess what? We have the Timeless Tales 2.0. We have members of that team with us today. Would you all please introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name's Natalie Masters, and I'm the curriculum manager for middle school reading.
I'm Jessica Peters, and I'm one of the curriculum writers for middle school reading.
And I'm Amy Saunders. I'm the interactive lead for Timeless Tales 2.0.
Thank you so much for being here today. Now, I have to say that I love Timeless Tales 2.0, and I love that literary genius, Paige Turner. So how is Paige Turner, Timeless Tales 2.0 with Timeless Tales with Paige Turner, and Timeless Tales 2.0, it's a tongue twister, right? Timeless Tales 2.0, how will the two complement one another?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Karen. So Timeless Tales with Paige Turner and TT 2.0 Next Level together will comprise our total product offering for middle school reading. Timeless Tales with Paige Turner uses a direct instruction model and provides a teach, guided practice, and independent practice in each lesson cycle with a lot of scaffolding and appropriate for students in grades 4 through 8.
Okay.
Timeless Tales 2.0 Next Level utilizes an experiential learning model so students can explore and learn concepts at their own pace, providing a truly game-based learning experience for older middle school students. Now, if you look at our current ISIP AR data and based on our current users, it appears that about 25% of our 6th graders will land in this new content, about 50% of 7th graders currently using the product, and about 75% of our 8th graders will make the cut and get to see this brand new content right away.
Wow. So tell us about some of the functions in the new release.
Yeah, so we could talk all day about some of the really cool features coming out in 2.0, but one of the main things that I think would be of interest is how we're handling data in 2.0. So if a student is running through our program, there's a number of things that are going to kind of get picked up along the way. They're going to make high scores in the arcade. They're going to get results from their fluency assessment or notes that they've saved through their journey. All that's going to stay there. It's not going to go away at the end of the year. It's going to continue on with them through their journey into the next year. And why that's important for 2.0 is some of the ways that we're using that are really cool. So for one example, a lot of that data we're taking and surfacing and presenting to the students visually in a way that allows them to see how they're progressing. Like, how do they do compared to the last time or the last 5 times they did this activity or something similar to it. So it gives them an opportunity to really take ownership and get a good sense, a good grounding of where they're at and where they're going. And another really great example of how we're using that is in our arcade. There are a number of games that will individually target certain skills. So, for example, we have a game that targets spelling, a game that targets analogies, a game that targets vocabulary usage. Each of those games tracks how well that student is doing in that particular skill and adapts based on their performance. So if a student is doing really well, like they're a rock star or they're advanced past their normal level or grade, they'll get more advanced words. So they won't get bored with words that are at a lower grade level that might be like, oh, I've done that before. Students who are struggling, though, they also will have some adaptation occur, and they'll get words that are a step down or so. So they're not experiencing a string of failures that might kind of get them down and less engaged with the game. So that's great because, we want to serve that whole spectrum. We don't want to just have like a median line and like some people are going to get bored and some people are going to be struggling and become discouraged.
Exactly. We don't want them to become discouraged. Now, I know that in the writing of Timeless Tales with Paige Turner, that a lot of consideration was taken into character building as well as the skills that students or advanced readers need. So how is Timeless Tales 2.0, can you just explain how is it ideal for the adolescent learner?
So there are a lot of ways that it's ideal, but let's just focus on 3. First of all, when we did the design phase, We actually reached out and got feedback from middle school teachers and students, and then we used that to create the look and feel that they wanted for the game. So our character designs and our environments are based on that feedback. Secondly, we took all of the content that students need to learn and we embedded it in the game narrative so that learning the content is actually the reward for playing the game instead of the other way around. Lastly, we gave students the opportunity to feel more grown up. We gave them a lot of choice and agency. One of the ways we did that is we reduced the amount of audio feedback and audio instructions that they get, and instead they can kind of access help when they need to, and it's text-based.
Okay. And I heard you mention the word agency. So could you explain how agency is evident in this release?
So Timeless Tales 2.0 Next Level offers students lots of choices about which games to play in the arcade, which stories to read, but we also take it beyond choice to really create student agency, and that's defined as having student choices with visible and authentic outcomes. So the choices that a student or player makes in the game affect their experience in a meaningful way. For example, they might make a difference in how a character behaves or the outcome of an interactive dialogue. And with branching narratives, the students' choices the choices that students make could even affect the ending of the story. So in this way, we give students lots of opportunities to have meaningful interactions with their environment and to have control over their learning. They also have access to COD, or content on demand, so that students can learn more about the topics or texts that interest them, and they can choose to do that. The research shows us that when students have agency and more control over their learning, that their motivation to learn the content improves greatly and that learning outcomes improve as well. So we're really excited about these designs, and we're excited to get feedback from middle school students who are in this program and see how it's going.
Well, great, and thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm really excited about what middle school students are going to get to experience through this program. So thank you so much, and thank you for all your hard work. Can I hear it, please, for the Timeless Tales 2.0 Next Level? I hope you have enjoyed hearing all about the new content that we have for the website, for the math program, for the Spanish program, and Timeless Tales 2.0. Thank you so much for joining us today, and please share this Facebook stream with your friends and look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and all of the other social media platforms. Thank you. See you later, Red Cape Nation.